Hi, this is Carrie. I'm a teacher with the online English school, EnglishDom.com. Today we're going to talk about complaining. Complaining means that you are expressing unhappiness, discontent, or displeasure with something that has happened. Meaning, something happens you don't like and you tell another person about it. You're not necessarily looking for a solution to the problem, but sometimes you are. So, what kind of complainer are you? When someone says, "How are you?" do you go through a list of problems that you have? Or do you say, "Oh, I can't complain," which means generally things are good, or even if they're not, I'm not going to tell you. We complain in many situations, often in a restaurant, a hotel, when we have problems with our computer, or in a store. Sometimes, though, complaining can be perceived as being rude or aggressive, so it's important to approach it a certain way. In the US, we often approach complaints by being indirect. If you have a problem with a family member or a coworker, you might say something like, "I'm sorry to bother you, but," and explain what the problem is. Or you might say, "Maybe you forgot to," and tell the person what it is that you want them to do. Or you might say, "There may have been a misunderstanding about," and you explain the situation. That's kind of a softer, more polite way to complain about something. So there's some steps you can follow when you have to complain officially at a store, restaurant, hotel, something like that, as mentioned earlier. Step 1 would be to find out who you need to talk to. Often you begin with the first person you see or speak to on the phone, which is normally a receptionist or a customer service representative. With this person, you might say, "Can you help me, please? I have a problem." Or, "Oh, I hope you can help me." If this person can't help you, then you might need to talk to a manager. You might say, "I have a complaint to make," or "I'm not satisfied with the service I've received." But the second step is to make sure you give the person all the information. You might even need to ask them, "What else do you need to know to help me with this problem?" Step 3 is to be calm and polite. You might say, "I understand your employees are very busy. However," Step 4 is to be nice but firm. You might say, "I'd like to know how you're going to resolve this problem. I'd like to know how you're going to compensate me for the inconvenience." And step 5 is to be patient but persistent. If the person you're speaking to cannot help you, then you might go over their heads and speak to someone who is more in charge than they are. For example, a general manager, or maybe even the owner of a business or corporate headquarters. And you might say, "Who can I speak to about this?" or "Who can help me with this problem?" Good luck with your complaints. Hopefully you won't have to make them too often. Please join us in one of our discussion clubs or in the forum on our Facebook page to share your tips and solutions about complaining. We hope to hear from you soon. Feel English and feel free. Bye for now.